Quizzes can be used for a variety of purposes within your Moodle course. There are numerous question types that you can choose from, many of which allow for the addition of multimedia content, making an exam a more enriching experience for the students. Another benefit of quizzes is that most Moodle quiz question types can be graded automatically, making this an efficient and convenient option for instructors. The first step in creating a quiz is to build your question bank. Question banks can be reused and categorized by topic. To access the question bank, click the Admin gear icon and then select Question Bank. Note that all courses have a default parent category. To create a subcategory, select the Categories tab from the list and give your new category a name, and then select Add Category. There, now you can see our new category. The 0 in parentheses means that we have not added any questions to our question bank categories. I'm going to select my new photography category, and then select Create a New Question. From this menu, I can select a question type. I'm going to choose multiple choice. Note that there is a description of each question type here. And now I'm going to select Add. The question name is for your organizational purposes and will not be visible to the student. In the question text area, we have a variety of formatting options and can even add images or videos. I'm going to add my question. We have numerous options for providing feedback to the students. Click on the question marks to get more information about a particular feature. Here you can choose if you want to allow more than one answer. Note that the default setting here is to shuffle the choices. You'll want to uncheck this setting if one of your answers relies on there being a specific order to the choices, such as when the correct answer is to choose all of the above. And here's where we add the answer. I'm going to set this answer to being worth 100%. We can also add feedback that is specific to this answer. You can make this feedback available to students in your quiz settings. And here's where I can add another answer choice. In this case, the grade for wrong answers will be set to none. If I were to set this question to allow for multiple answers, as shown here, then I would set these grades to percentages depending on the number of possible answers. Multiple answers can be given a percentage of the points possible, so students can get partial credit for partially correct answers. I'll go ahead and add a third choice as well. For this question, I'm only going to provide 3 answer choices. So now I'm going to select Save Changes. And now you can see that we have one question added to our question bank. I'm going to select Create a New Question again, and this time I'll select a true or false question. And select Add. I'll give this question a name, and then add my question. From the drop-down menu below, I'm going to select True, and then select Save Changes. Now that I have my question bank set up with my questions, it's time to create the quiz. From the breadcrumb trail menu, I'm going to select my course homepage. Next, I'm going to select a new learning activity, and I'll select Quiz. Next, I'm going to name the quiz, and then I'll set up the quiz the way I want it. Under the visibility settings is where you can control whether or not the quiz can be viewed by students. Under the timing setting is where we can set the opening and closing dates for the quiz, as well as set a time limit for the quiz once it has been accessed. I'm going to set the time limit to 60 minutes. Note that we can control how the quiz behaves once the time limit is set up. Remember that you can click the question marks to receive more information about each setting. Under the Attempts Allowed setting, I'm going to only allow one attempt. Under the Layout setting, it is recommended to have each question on a new page to reduce clutter and confusion. If I select Show More, I can then choose the navigation method. My choices are free and sequential. When sequential navigation is enabled, the student must progress through the quiz in order and may not return to previous pages or skip ahead. Under Question Behavior, we can set how a student can interact with the quiz feedback. Deferred feedback means that students will get feedback after they take the quiz. This ties in directly with the next set of options below. The review options let you control how and when the students get that feedback. The default settings will allow the student to review the quiz after it is closed. They will be able to see the marks that they received, what the correct answer was, and any specific, general, and overall feedback that you have provided when you set up the question. Note that some of these boxes are grayed out. If I change the question behavior setting to immediate feedback, I now have these options available. These sections for feedback and specific feedback directly correspond to the feedback and specific feedback areas in the questions that were set up when building the question bank. Another useful feature is the extra restrictions on attempt option. Here you can set a password for accessing the quiz. Under the Restrict Access option, restrictions can be added so you can control who can access the quiz. So I'm happy with these settings, and now I'm going to save and display the quiz so that I can add my questions from the question bank. I'm going to select Edit Quiz. Here we can set the maximum grade for this quiz, and over here on the right hand side I'm going to select Add and add the questions from my question bank. From the drop-down, I'm going to select my question bank category and then select the questions that I want to include. Note that by checking this box, you can select all the questions. I'm going to select Save, and then I'll return to my course page where I've added my quiz activity. I'm going to select the quiz and then select Preview Quiz, and then Start Attempt. Note that we have a timer in the corner. After I make my selection, I can select Next Page to access the next question. And I'll answer the last question, and then select Finish Attempt. At this point, a student has the option to submit and finish, or select Return to Attempt. Return to Attempt allows students to review their attempt before submitting. To commit to completing the quiz, I need to select Submit All and Finish, and then confirm one more time. And there we go. I have successfully set up my question bank and added the questions to my first quiz.